express that and explore that is because of how dangerous and how like harmful homophobia is within male communities, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you go out and kiss a guy, you might get fucking jumped, right? Like if you kiss a guy on the street. Now, this isn't to say it's
Yeah, because I know it gave you. I tell people when you go to these conventions, it gives you confirmation of how far you have grown in your career.
Yes.
And also, I'm pretty sure you had a bunch of the top talent that you haven't shot with say, "We seen your video."
Yes. I've had people who come up
You can make money off of it.
But see, the thing about it is, okay, let's just keep it 100. The girls nowadays don't give a fuck about the money; they want to go buy.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, people want to go.
So it's kind of like the girl. A lot of the girls that don't show their face with the feet, it ain't because they make more money with the feet. Back to where you're not doing the content how you're shooting content, but you're not shooting with everybody that got their mama. Now it done kind of the circle done closed up a little bit to make yourself. See, smokers, I'm one of them podcasts that I'm going to bring the dudes on. You feel me? Now, bro, I'm going to say this again. I'm saying this on the podcast. We're not going to wait so long to get your ass back on here, my man. Because your name always pops up on my interviews and so forth and everything, man. What's been going on, bro?
Oh man, I can't call it, man. Just out here living, making sure I ain't existing, but I'm living.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Last time I talked, it been 2 years.
Has it? Yeah, it's been time going by fast.
Years, man. And what's been up with you?
So I want to say I took a little time off, a little short break.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little more stuff together, man. I'm actually trying to buy a house soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to buy a house soon, and I just been getting in together and shooting again recently, trying to get the engine turning again and somewhat. I tell you what, you can take whether you take 30 days off, 2 weeks off. It seemed like the industry changed monthly.
Yeah.
Like it's so different now. Just the people in the game, the way people talk,
Yeah.
treat people, the stories I've heard since I took a little time off. It's man.
Man, we about to get into this. See, we about to get into this. So, it's time to smoke this over, smokers. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know I am Kevin over Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/Porn Rap Star. Y'all know the sponsors, RodSizzleMagazine.com, BlushErotica.com. Pass that apparel. You see the t-shirt. There you go. Also, the king of THCA, SmokeKind.com, as well as Sarah J CBDs. Please use the promo code BOBBIE to get 10% off your next order from Sarah J CBD. Remember, BOBBIE get you 10% off your next order. There you go. Plus, you can find me in the mornings where you can drink your coffee and wake and bake at FullSWATRadio.com, as well as SGPRadio.com, as well as SkyHawkAfterDarkTV.com. And don't forget about my other podcast, part of the STO podcast family, Pro Wrestling Smoke, where I discuss pro wrestling, give you that real punditry with that real smoke. You feel me? So there you go. So now this man here, it's been a minute since I had him on this show.
Yeah.
I've been chasing to get his ass back on this show.
I'm still here. I ain't never going mad.
When the women speak of him, their lips quiver, and I'm not talking about lips on their face. I'm talking about their pussy lips. Pussy gets wet and glee of the moment when they shot with this motherfucker and he dicked their asses down. He is a legend in our business, true and then so. He's also the epitome of what it means to be a fucking male talent in this business. He is one of the greatest. And now I got his ass back here in the lounge. I'm talking about none other than the man that his name speaks to the stamina that he be slanging that dick with them chicks with. Chris Cardio. What's up, bro?
Yeah, man. Oh man, thank you, man. That was a great introduction, brother. Man, I'm humble. Thank you very much, brother. I surely appreciate it, man. It's good to be
So,
back, man. I love this podcast. I love being on this show. It gets better every time. I can honestly say that. I love it.
and for you, because like I said, when I was talking to you, you was hot.
Yeah.
You was running. Cause I did notice less cardio after a second. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it was like, bro, it was like every time I looked up, Chris Cardio, Chris Cardio, Chris Cardio. So for you, what made you step back?
What made me step back, you said?
Yeah,
Uh well, as far as what made me step back, I wanted, I'm always the person to I look at the how can I say this? Don't look at the tree, see the
yeah,
forest.
yeah,
When I started to see or feel a shift happening in the game, a
yeah,
lot more people coming on, it kind of felt like more of a wild wild west thing, and I'm saying it in a sense of respect to all players. I'm just seeing a lot more new people coming on, a lot more new this, new that, and a lot of people were catching STDs too.
yeah.
I don't know if anybody's aware. I started shooting late 2017,
Mm-hmm.
ABN 2018, right? But I was already kind of in the mix. Every test, and this doesn't mean that it can't anything can happen to anybody, but I've never ever had a bad test. Every
Mm-hmm.
test I ever had, whether I was at TTS, clear, I take health and
Yeah,
respect for the workers, the people I'm working with, serious. Once I started to see that backsliding and people cheating tests and men and women, like it doesn't matter. People were doing kind of crazy stuff going on. I said, you know what? Let me slow down a little bit. I stopped going to shoot houses. I just kind of like focused on myself for anybody within the immediate circle that I was in and people I were dealing with. And then from there, I'm like, okay, well, I'll slow down a little more. Um, and let me see how things are going. I'll keep my eye out, still continue to put out content. I still have stuff I still can edit and put out. I never really put out everything. I still always have, I still have a few good scenes I can still put out. I just put out a few recently, 3. Um, but yeah, I started seeing less responsibleness. And
mm-hmm.
not only that, my brother, people who are paying for scenes, let alone doing content trade, and everybody not honoring the terms, basically the setup of the day, the time, and then
Yeah,
people will cancel on people consistently.
yeah.
And I just like, man, there's no penalty for some of these things. Let me just take a step back and then take a few more steps forward once I see the smoke settle a little bit and I can kind of get a clear view. And you got it changes all the time when there's new talent coming in, new actresses.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think I felt it was worth it and it paid off considering the things that I've heard along the time that I did kind of step away,
Well, see,
including some of the tech.
sometimes it's like even with my situation
Okay.
that I already put out there, I'm supposed to be making a return. Trust me, people, it took a lot of discussion to get me into this. So, not
Right.
saying that I don't want to do it. No, trust me, but I was like, well, fuck it, since people are asking for it. This is
Hmm.
2026, and I call it the year. Fuck it. Well, might as well do it. But anyway, sometimes you need to step away from the game to see how the game is moving, to see where
Right.
I need to
Right.
fit in, where I can fit in, and sometimes let the dust settle. Because I mean, yeah, it was an influx of a lot of people, and it changed. People don't realize when an influx of talent comes in and it's heavy, it changes the ecosystem of
Right.
the business, period. Because
Yeah.
now, one thing, when they're coming in, they're not coming in like how we came in, where
Right.
you kind of knew the basics. You knew about the
Right.
test. So
Right.
that was hammered into you. It's not hammered into them. Because
No.
then niggas, you know what I'm saying? They think grab a phone, grab a bitch, let's fuck.
Yeah. There's no it's like there's no pride in some of the scenes. I remember speaking to some of the sex workers I've worked with, and I've mentioned that before. I'm like, I always care about every scene I do. I care about the angles. I care about the positions. I care about, not, just making sure I put out good content that's worthy of purchasing, not like personal stuff in the sense of with me saying angles and camera awareness, and that comes down to people blanket fucking, not being cautious of what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing on the scene. It's like almost like they just want to get their dick wet. And I've always was the one that prided myself on, hey man, I'm going to put out quality content, and I want to make sure I live up to my name and everything goes good. And I care about the people I work with, and I care about my brand,
Mm-hmm.
how we're conducting ourselves, caring about respecting boundaries. And that starts from before you actually get on set. That starts with the communication, even if you're on Twitter or asking, hey, I'm interested in working with you, like the etiquette and being a gentleman and carrying yourself that way the whole way through. And it shouldn't be difficult to do that. It should be second nature. It should be autopilot if you're a good person. Because if you're genuine and you mean well, it,
Mm-hmm.
it, it's like planting seeds. It should grow. It should flourish into something beautiful, and you should have good karma from carrying yourself that way. You know?
Yeah, because it's like, even because I stepped out the game right before the pandemic.
Okay.
And I kind of, it like put it this way. From back in the day, this is what the big companies feared.
Hmm.
And it wasn't just on the money side of things. It's when you bring in a lot of talent. The one thing they didn't want was the content creator to actually have the power that they got now.
Hmm.
Not it. Part of it was yes the money, but
Right.
the lack of control and when y'all sit here complain about open borders,
Right.
that's what's happening now in porn.
Yeah. Kind of like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
music
yeah,
game,
yeah.
right? When we had labels, right? The thing that I can say about it's both sides, right? It's 50-50.
Yeah.
I'll say the independent thing first. It's a beautiful thing that we don't need big companies, even though actually we do. It's great that they're still around. I think if there were none around, the industry wouldn't flourish as much as it is.
Yeah,
Like you still
no.
need those big companies. But I like it's not the gatekeeper aspect. It's the fact that I think people were smart enough to know that it'd be such a Wild West thing with just doing whatever that it can possibly make things not only unsafe, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just like it's a buffet now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have so much stuff everywhere, whether it's clicks and stuff. I mean, you got the rise of after OnlyFans, then you got the hot wives and just these different things that came in from different worlds of the sex industry, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, and again, it's great. It's great too, but it still is gonna come with as these things make themselves come in and gravitate around and move around. You're still gonna have the trial and error of a lot of things because everybody
Yeah.
doesn't have the same etiquette. There's
Mm-hmm.
people who don't even have paperwork,
No.
2257s and model release, and people are fighting over getting their content still, and it's still a lot
But
of
see, what's crazy is that we in the era that you can actually Google what you need to know technically.
right.
That was so funny about it. I think what it is that a lot of times I keep telling everybody, if you live through the Bush recession era, the
Right.
Backpage Craigslist era, that
Right.
is the
Right.
equivalent to the OnlyFans era, because the only reason why the girls didn't go to escorting because it was a pandemic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
girls went to escorting because no paper trail. Ain't nobody gonna know, so forth, so forth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, because also the conversations, and I talked about it before, and the smokers know I talk about it, was that
Right.
the ecosystem, we didn't have social media, was you had the different shows such as Diary of a Call Girl.
Right.
Um, for stripping, the stripping movies. I can't think of the name of that bitch. with Lisa
Uh.
Ray, with Lisa Ray and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It's
Players Club.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
that was, you know what I'm saying, no different than in the hood. You had the pimp and the
Right.
drug dealer. So you
Facts.
want to
Facts.
play ball, you look at one of them motherfuckers and then the rapper. You feel me?
Right.
So you bring in OnlyFans, you hear them talk about money,
Mm-hmm.
they showing money.
Yeah.
Women, easiest way to the money, because see, what year did you start?
I started 2017, 2018. So
Okay,
the ABN of 2018. I was already doing work before ABN,
yeah,
but I like to make that like the official.
uh,
So I came in late 17.
May 17. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let me tell you what was still happening in porn. But you tell me if I'm lying. You
Okay.
saw a rise around that time of solo content.
Yeah. Yeah.
Women's biggest motivation to get into this business is the easiest way to the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every last one of these girls, guess where they started their OnlyFans? Where they start with their OnlyFans? Solo.
Solo. Facts. Facts. And one could even argue some of the girls make more money doing solo content than they do working boy, girl, threesomes, whatever the hell like that. I seen one woman, a beautiful sister, Miss Feed Me, I think that's her name. I
Yes.
seen a post she had did on Twitter, I think it was the other day, and she had said, I can't quote her, but she mentioned about her solo work doing
Yeah.
wonders compared to a lot of the boy girl work she did. And the thing for me is it wasn't the fact of it actually being that, it's seeing somebody, you being genuinely happy for them because they seem
Yeah.
so happy about where they're at and how it's going, because you never know
Oh,
what one person's going through, male or female, or whatever in between, right? You never
yeah.
know what a person goes through. So to see them uh feel like they're at their climax from working so hard, I do love that. But I only said that to say that it was the mention of solo content, because it has so many different fetishes and different things that they can do that just eats up money. And you're right,
And
that's
see, and
that's
see,
what
and
it was.
see, and because that was a thing,
Hmm.
because see, it is another reason why it's we remember porn is a matriarchy. I keep telling y'all that.
Right.
The buffer was, guess what most of the girls always used to say to my ass? Well, I don't want to do it. It's not just because they don't want to be found out, seeing what people gonna think. I'm
Right.
worried about my kids seeing it. No, I gotta fuck all these dicks. When you took that out
Right.
of the equation,
Right. Facts. Facts versus the solo stuff. And and then you have them leaving the industry and then trying to do everything to get all the content taken down because they've changed their lives.
yeah,
So the
yeah.
fact of them having fact that they partaken in boy, girl, or content with different workers, it's harder for them to control that versus their solo stuff. They can pull that down whenever. You
And
know,
even if the family finds out, oh, I ain't doing that, but I do, but I'm by myself. It ain't like I'm fucking a bunch
facts,
of dudes. You know what I'm saying?
facts,
It's
real
like
shit,
we honest on my podcast.
real.
And y'all know,
Yeah,
oh,
no
I come down
sugarcoating
here for a
shit.
little
It
bit of
is
talk
what
about
it
the
is. These
business.
are just the straight up facts. It's real. You know, we
Yeah,
see it all the time, or I've worked with people I know like big names, and I turn around and I'll look and they didn't give their life to Jesus. I mean, I still think you can have that anyway and still be in the industry. But again,
yeah.
things are subjective. People have different opinions about what
Mhm.
I always wish people well, but it just, I'm grateful that I haven't worked with anyone that asked me. No, I can't say that. I have worked with someone and they asked, they didn't want the content taken. Even it was before I even got a chance to put it up. It was
Yeah.
already out off my Dropbox and everything.
Mm.
But that's
See,
my
and
fault for not having it on. You're supposed to have everything professionally. You should want to have everything on your hard drive.
yeah,
But paperwork solves all that. And even then, I hear sometimes people have the correct paperwork and everything, and they still get their content pulled off because of the person, they didn't want it and they kept hassling.
it's see the thing about it is that's the one thing I hate about the business.
Hmm.
Because even in my situation, every female I done shot with is no longer in the business. I don't even know if they breathing. Let me make that
Right,
clear.
right. I've noticed
I don't
that
know
because
if
I've
they
seen a lot
breathe.
of
I
your
don't know if they
paperwork.
even in America. They alive. The pandemic killed a lot of people, unfortunately. God bless the dead, but
Right, right, right,
so that's one. Two, you have a girl that you shoot with one time and she disappear off the map. And you made a shitload of money with her. And you want to shoot with her
right,
again, but and it wasn't y'all didn't have no issues, but she just disappeared. It's people don't understand the risk that we take on the content to shoot these females. It's not just making money off the scene, but can I continuously work with this lady because she
right.
is
Facts.
making me money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It like period. I mean, because I don't never hear the story of women sit here and say they can't go back across the bridge, but so often.
Right. True. True. That's real. That's it.
I mean, when I think about it, dog, let's be real. I
Yeah.
mean, I ain't trying to make none of you ladies mad, but and put it in the comments, unless y'all fell out, you can still contact his ass.
Yeah. Yeah. I did. It's crazy because I still get contact all the time here and there where they're like, hey, Chris, I lost this. Do you have this? Or can you send me this is what it is. Can you send me a picture of your ID again and such? Or they try to get me to do you know how they have the forms for online that you can sign
Yeah.
online?
Mhm.
I can't count how many of them I have done over and over and over and over because somebody lost something. You never know. But I never had a person come to me that I've worked with and I told them no. Like I've always been cool and collective and put myself in a situation where like, well, what if that was me and I needed them? You know what I mean? I always
Mhm.
like to treat people how I want to be treated. You know, no matter what, and within the business too, in the industry. And I think that's what's helped me with my name and the
Mhm.
longevity that I do have is not just my performance on camera, but my character and how I treat people and how I am towards the people I work with and have worked with, and in general, because of boy, karma's a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like how you carry yourself and how you treat people and just your business ethic and etiquette means a lot. It's like you being well rounded. But not to
Mhm.
get too far off, you're right about that too, because I've seen a lot of your content too, and I'll be like, man, this brother got some fly ass women he working with. Where they at? I don't see them. They gone. I ain't finna lie. I already done look. hey, they you know, it's and it seems like with you saying that, do you agree that it's a short window and make the best time you can of it?
This is where I think, no, I honestly, truth be told, this is a career as if you were trying to go to Hollywood.
Mm,
Because the reason why I say that, especially in this day and age, women must understand that now you are the product. Your money is made through goods and services.
mm-hmm.
This is a way for you to make a livelihood. It just depends upon how much of livelihood that you want to make with it. You
Facts,
feel me?
facts.
Because the money's over time. You can't hide that. You
Right,
feel what I'm
right.
saying? And the problem is that women lack patience because they
Yeah.
expect to walk in and make money as soon as they come in the game. I sit there and hear some of the shit that they say on a business philosophy tip.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one is I don't make my clips long because I'm afraid he's going to jerk off, and if he comes, he's not going to buy the scene.
Hmm. I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard that before. I've even heard the opposite too, though. Like if you don't put none out, like me,
Yeah,
all of my clips, and it's kind of crazy.
yeah,
Once I started uploading to a site, I'll say mini
uh,
bids, right?
yeah,
They have a 30-second window
mm,
as far as your teaser, right?
yeah,
I've always kept that. There's rarely, and if I'm not excuse me, if I do not edit the teaser and I
yeah,
just use their whatever seconds, I think it's if you don't make a teaser 30-second clip or less,
yeah,
they have like a 9-10 second window just by whatever you run. I
yeah.
usually run a teaser, but all my teasers are like 30 seconds. So, but I think it's helped me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on who you are, but for me, I can speak for.
We are different. Men, the way we have to market ours is different from them.
Yeah, we have to put that shit out, dog. Don't nobody want
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. We got to run. See, girls don't understand that. We have to put it out
Right.
because women, y'all the worst fucking winners. Y'all going to make more money with the scene than us.
Facts.
I don't give a fuck about putting the bitch up on X videos for goddamn free. I guarantee you, you made more money.
Exactly.
And to the other part, this is the other thing that girls don't get. It takes more than one scene to make
Yeah.
money.
Real talk.
Just like it takes more than one sale.
Yeah, real talk. And there's a good time with just the way I've been with a lot of women I've worked with,
Yeah,
depending on who they are, but a good majority, I let them put the scene out first. But I also
yeah,
came to a point where there's different ways to do business. Like some of the girls, they're again, they're business etiquette. Like some will like, hey, let's do 2 scenes. You put out one, I'll put out the other one. So we're not in competition with each other on the same site. Then after another month or two, then you put out that
yeah.
other one, I'll put out the other one. You know, it's so many different ways to do it.
Let's see. I keep telling everybody this. I mean, I know I sound crazy. I learned this.
Mhm,
It doesn't matter
mhm.
because the way the game is, they come to our site to see what bitches that we are fucking.
Yeah,
They're going to see her. It doesn't matter if it's a dildo or Chris Cardio. And
right.
guess where they found her? If it was on Chris Cardio's site,
Yep,
the guy that subscribed to Chris Cardio's site,
yep,
he done went over to her OnlyFans.
yep. And that's what they do. Yeah, we help them too.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Our fan base is different. We keep more of the community side of
Mm-hmm.
the spectrum. The women, y'all gonna have the cis, as they like to call
Mm-hmm.
it. So we that means we losing the dudes. He'll be back, but
Right.
when he found his chick,
That's facts.
see,
That's fact.
yeah,
Yeah,
see,
and I always name who I'm working with. Like all my things, like of course it's proper etiquette in the industry. Of course, people gonna want to know who you're working with.
yeah,
But I highlight them. Like I'll do my scenes. Of course, they know who I'm at. But I always highlight the women in the sense of yes, I'm independent as myself, but that independent self, I treat them like I'm my own studio, and I highlight them. You know, I make them look good. I highlight it, and it helps me out too. You know, like
Yeah.
it
But not
goes both
only
ways.
that,
But what you're saying is
it,
key. They go right to their thing.
yeah, no, and two, it makes them feel good because you're giving them a rub,
Right.
which enable you to go back and work with them again. Y'all fuckers is dumb if y'all don't tag the girl.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's stupid. I tag them anyway. I tag them even if they're not on. Like, say they lost their page or they're not on there right
Still
now.
tag them,
I'm
hashtag them.
still putting their name. It ain't my. After that, it ain't got shit to do with it. It ain't like I just took their page down or whatever. You know what I mean? But hey, here's their name. You know, if they come back, I boom, boom, boom. You know
No,
what I
I'm
mean? I'm
just
gonna
real
always
shit.
pay homage because without having that co-star to work with, I don't have that scene.
Bingo.
And it should be in reverse too for both. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who's the bigger name, this and that. I get it. Everybody's different, but I like to rock around the board even all the way like that because I keep it consistent, I keep it level, and I don't play that favoritism bullshit. We all put our shoes on the same way in time.
Now, you said you are now making a comeback. You're returning. You know what I'm saying? Of course, meaning he's getting back in front of the camera. He never technically left. He still had to sell his shit and promote. So, which is a good thing because people don't realize the fans may have not noticed that you was gone. You get what I'm coming from? They may have not noticed because the way that you kept your shit rolling.
Right.
Now, I noticed because I ain't noticed much like new shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get me?
Right.
What are we doing differently now coming into the game, and what did you see how the game has changed, and how now you're going to adjust and move with it?
My adjustment is a lot of my work, and I won't lie, has been a good majority of content trade.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm doing a little more pay trades now and exclusive. Like I want to have the content. I don't want them to have not all, but I'm not gonna be allowing all as much as share content. Some of them I still will do because you know they a lot of them want that content too, and I'm not like, oh, I'm never gonna do, but I like to be able to have more control with what's going on in the sense of that because I'm not gonna lie to you. This last go around, my last test, I've had five plus cancels off a
Yeah.
trade. And then some of them don't understand. I've been in this business long enough to know like it's easy to tell when you're not genuine on why you're canceling. It's not the fact of you canceling. We all have shit that goes on, and I don't mind. I'm very understandable with anyone. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna because if you catch attitude or something like that, then what's that saying about yourself? Depending now, you can have like a lot put into it, and somebody might cancel at the last minute. But at least be honorable and double back. You know. And those are the women I respect that do that. You know what I mean? Because I just like, whew, you know, like you'll hear some of the craziest shit, like, oh, okay, really? And then some of them will do things on. Everybody's not the same, but you have the ones that are like, oh, well, this happened or that happened, and I don't play the investigation. I just know how it comes
But
across when
see,
I'm reading.
I'm gonna tell you what ladies don't get. Because even on the podcast too,
Mm-hmm.
I do respect the ladies that like they do cancel. We end up doing the show again,
Right.
or redo the show, or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
One, because I'm not paying you to do it, so thank you for that. But if I ever get in a position where it's some paid shit going down, that I will do.
Right.
Because, you know, I might end up starting to film again, you know what I'm saying? This time behind the camera. I mean, you know what I'm saying? What have you? Or even film. Get in front of the
Right.
camera with you. Because shit, let's be honest. My fans been asking for it, and
Right.
it's been a minute since I've been in front of it. So, you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. Well, you're a
It's,
legend, bro. Like a lot
I'm
of
gonna
people.
remember the ones. And it's I'm sorry. It's because at the end of the day, it's like to me, if I cancel, I'm gonna make sure I double back.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's true.
Because it's about your
I
word.
even used to think there was a time that depending on what was put into it, because some people have money into it, could still be trade, but some people have money that they put into the shoot with you in the sense of they know they're excited, whether they hired this
Yeah.
cameraman, they got food and stuff on the set or whatever for you to be hydrated and stuff like that. And then you tell them, oh, I can't be there. So I always thought of being like, well, if I would call it a cancel fee. Like pay the person 50, $100 or a little something to show like, hey, I, I genuinely don't mean this. Here's a little. I mean, it doesn't make everything necessarily better with everybody, but sometimes it's your good energy
Yeah.
that where a person say, how I care because I
And,
know you might have went out your way to do this and do that. Let me find a way to give back, even
and
though I can't be there. Like I said, I planned on
see,
being there.
the
There's
thing
just
about it
different.
is sometimes if you keep it 100, if you want to get shit done, you're gonna have to spend some money
Yeah,
because
it takes money to
a
make
lot of
money.
this first language is money.
Right,
You know, period. It's because it's one thing if you flake on a content trade.
right.
It really look bad. You flaking, I'm paying
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
That
yeah,
conversation with the next
yeah.
producer is a little different.
Facts,
See,
facts.
so it's like, and then too, also, let's keep it 100. Gotta talk about this with the females as well. Just like with the women, as our careers grow,
Mm-hmm.
it grow old, grow, what have you, expand.
Right.
The circle who we film with and what we do to create more exclusivity for our content, we
Yeah.
start doing.
Facts. That's
Because
facts.
now we didn't got to the point in our career that no, I need more exclusive.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah, you're right. Because we done put in the work. And now I sense I always feel like I start to understand more and more, even from once you start getting up there and you've cemented your name a little more, what my peers have been through or people who've already been have certain experiences before me. Like I did this, I did like you can relate to everything I'm
Yeah,
saying because you've already been there and you know. So when I bring this up, you whether it's a name or not in the back of your head before you say something to me, you already know because you remember your time with that
yeah,
same experience doing what you're, doing in this business. And this people don't understand this industry with all the people we see, even the fluctuation, all these new people, it's still only so many male talents. As many as how can I say this? Culturally urban, us as black men, there's only so many of us if you actually think about it.
true.
And women, there's thousands and thousands of sex workers everywhere. But there's only so many male talents. I argue there's more rappers than there are male talents in the industry.
Yeah. And let's make
And
this
including the
on the only
retired ones,
thing.
like from the beginning, all the way
Yeah,
to the ones who stepped off, who got off the porch and retired, to the
yeah,
ones that's just starting their first week today. There's still more music artists in the industry than there are talents
yeah.
in the sex
Because see,
industry.
because even to the point where like some of the OnlyFans girls is they're not using male talent, they're using their homeboys. So he
Yeah,
might shoot one time, he might shoot twice, he ain't even gonna show his fucking face.
yeah,
So
I've
we
seen
talking
a lot of
about
that.
we talking about guys that they done shot with enough girls, you know their name.
Yeah,
He got his own shit.
yeah, yeah. Facts, facts. Hey, bro, I'm glad you say that because I always see this all the time, and I always like to bring up it's a difference between content creator and male talent.
Yeah,
Like it's a big like I've seen people that they're legends in that little room with that phone with that girl, but let a person break out a whole scene and setup, and then you got to have a camera over your damn shoulder looking down while you're hitting it from the back. Are you still that same talent,
yeah,
or do you crumble up because you feel like the pressure's on and you're not used to being in the room with people in there besides you and the girl and the lights and it's a lot that goes into it. And I've always was grateful and thankful that I got into it the right way, doing it the right way, getting that experience, getting my name up, meeting great people. I would never want it no other way. I think I would not
See,
still,
I'm gonna
I
tell
wouldn't be
you.
here if I went the other route with the OnlyFans things. And I'm not knocking those people. It's just,
Mm,
I don't, I'm always the type of person that if I'm going to do it, I want to do it to the highest level that I can, as far as the professional goes. You know, I want to be an asset in the you yourself. You
mm.
know, I never before meeting you, I remember seeing your work, and it was that real shit. It wasn't the the hand me down.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, no,
so
no. But
I
see,
like
you gotta understand the era. See, this is what it comes down to. This is the reason why men have longevity, even on the content creation side of it.
uh
Even if he half-asses, he's gonna have more longevity than the woman for this one reason. If you're in this business and you love pussy, you can't sit here and tell me that you don't look at Keanu or don't wish that you can get a hold of it.
man.
So you gonna work towards, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, to upgrade the bitches that you're fucking.
Yes.
In order to upgrade to get those broads, you have to upgrade what the fuck you doing to get to those broads.
Facts.
and trust me, that's the reason why I meant, because at some point he gonna get tired of getting the OnlyFans girls. He gonna be like, wait a second. That's why y'all have to take. That's why they go to these articles. That's why they go to it, because you ain't get the exotica for any other reason except you want to rub elbows with these broads, see if you can get them in the sack in front of the camera. So that's man. If you do this business long enough as a man, you understand that your brand is very much built off of who you fuck. And it ain't about how the fuck that bitch look.
Yeah.
Trust me. If I fuck, was it Janice Hart?
Okay.
Y'all gonna look at me like, oh, he's the man. But if I fuck if I fuck this
we're
girl,
defined by the women we work with. Yeah. The quality, the better, the more you climb, they're like, damn, you worked with such and such, you worked with such and such, and yeah. I can tell like what it does when you get to work with, or you find yourself working with so one would say more established known workers, sex workers. Yeah, it's a difference, especially if you can get into like them. One would say the semi veterans, or the ones that's it's a little more up there. I can tell even with the sales with some of the girls I work with that have bigger names versus some of the ones that don't have some of the bigger names. And sometimes you get surprised because you find the ones in between, but they're so bad. They're like, oh, I thought,
And see, the ones that don't have a name, to keep it 100, they some bad bitches. And I'm not, so y'all can understand this. And tell me if I'm lying. It ain't about how she looks. It's about how she looks and how nasty she gets down.
Yes. That again, that performance. I will tell a person I work with, I'll be honest, like I'm not gonna be like grading them right there, like I'm just some God's gift to women in the industry. But I have a habit of complimenting and let them know, oh my God, you're a hell of a performer. Cause like you can bring out the best of each other with the chemistry, and the more they get with it versus being like a little more dry, or you can tell when people don't vibe. You can see the chemistry or the lack thereof on the camera when it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can tell within some of your, like, I know some of the shoots I have had where it's more chemistry than some of the other ones. And I always try to create good chemistry, with everybody I work with. But sometimes when it comes to that energy, it depends where people are at that moment, like, because sometimes they're coming off of, oh, I just shot with this person 2 hours ago or whatever, and they have to like reset their mind, or they were willing to do this, but the person that they shot with before pounded them too hard. So now we got to take it easy a little bit on this scene. Like it
Yeah.
just depends on how they're monitored. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm like, oh
Yeah.
damn. So now I got a lackluster scene because you done let
No,
whoever
no, no. I
Johnny
had a
Bravo or
conversation
whoever.
with Bill College. They said this verbatim. If I ain't the first one you fuck that day, we ain't filming.
Yeah, yeah. I seen motherfuckers like that. But that lead to this. So I've gotten to okay, they say a 14 on a test. Sometimes I'm like, well, how many bodies have you had? Because not even that, sometimes it's that health issue, but then again, it determines sometimes with some of the workers what I'm going to get by the time they get to me. I don't want to work with you at the end.
Yeah.
Because you might not have the energy and you might be worn out. And I want a good scene. I want all your energy. I want all your
Yeah.
emotion. I want all your thunder.
Yeah.
You know?
And to be honest with you, it's kind of like, don't get it twisted, you got some females that are complete machines. But
Right.
but even with that, like for example, you know, so I always talk to people about paces at content houses,
Yeah.
shoot pacing when it comes to conventions, because yeah, y'all go all out at the conventions, you know, because when does it be about the quality versus the quantity?
That's true. And that's why I stopped that content house stuff. I'm not finna, okay. I don't want to shoot in no room where that girl's not only going to work with me, she about to work with 4, 5, whoever other male talents. Could be somebody else. Then not only that, I in whatever girl I'm working with, then it can be completely someone, other 2 people or 3 or 4, and they got that same, like I'm big on the background, the
Yeah,
setting,
yeah,
the rarer the better, for me. I don't want to keep shooting in the same with everybody else, and I slowed down. And not only that, I always want to find a way if I was going to do a content house, to do it differently. I get it. You got the house, you rented it out, you got the camera people, you got to pay this person. So you want everybody's content. So
mm,
if I work with this other girl and then somebody shoots it, you're going to put your watermark on my work and have it because I got an invite to your house to exchange to work with so many different other women that's getting me the content too. I can do that on my own.
mm,
I don't necessarily feel like I'm in Las Vegas. There's people that work here all the time, and I feel like I don't want to share my hard work with everybody's content house. So now I just got my shit out there. Whatever, I'd rather shoot for a company or shoot
mm,
with an individual. I just don't. It becomes
mm,
like as you're saying. I feel like I'm losing my quality
mm.
continually partaking in that. So I stopped early. I think I might have maybe 1 or 2, if 3 content houses my whole career. I stopped years ago. I never. Every time I heard it, I'm like, nah. Let me know when you.
But see, I think okay, in your situation, because you in Vegas, to me, when you in the right area, a content house is really not needed for you. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, content houses
Right.
is more for, like, for example, you got porn stars that work a 9 to 5. So they're
Facts.
not able to shoot on a regular basis. So this is their bulk shoot moment. You know what I'm saying? So forth. But like I said, when you live in an area like a Vegas,
Hmm.
I can even say shit, maybe Tampa or something like that. Especially if you got quality talent. Let's make that clear. There's more quality talent in Vegas
Hmm.
than some of these other places. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Yeah, yeah. I always have to make the exceptions for people who live
Keep
in
talking.
different places where they can't get as much content. Uh, so when they do come to Vegas and then they get to the shoot houses and stuff, those are things for people where it's real good too. Like it's your angle and your road will depend on what's lucrative for you. Like if I was living in a place that didn't have as much people for me to work with, hell yeah, I'm trying to be in all the shoot houses I can. I need this content. I don't have time to be picking and choosing right now on how I'm gonna go about this part of the business. I want to get as much content as I can. I'll worry about that stuff later if I have the opportunity to move somewhere where I can create better opportunities for myself, or I'm subject to be able to say, nah, I don't need to do this because I'm gonna go do that and I can do my own thing and stuff like that. So I'm more or less grateful knowing that I don't have to, not from a space where I'm being big headed because I'm a party pooper and I don't want to be around other great people. I like a lot of these people I work with and stuff like that. And a lot of them it could be 10 out of 10 out of all the people at the shoot house, male and female. I'm cool with everybody. I like them all. It's just personally for me, I'd be like, hey, you leave the house or something and you shooting around, you traveled where my location is and we can put something together, cool. Because I want a different background, I want a different setting. I want when I edit the scene
Mhm.
a more less road traveled visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
No,
Pretty much.
because it's like I said before, it's like people don't realize you got to evolve and elevate in this business. And you also got to understand when, just like I talk about the kingmaker effect, you have the queenmaker effect when it comes to us, because it means
Mhm.
now it means more for that woman to shoot with us than them,
Right.
and that's when we film, it's about more of the impact than quantity or how much we putting out, because it's like I told people, when you get to the point where you're making money in your sleep, I don't need to drop much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I,
facts.
I don't
Yeah,
need to drop much. What
I
the
love
fuck?
waking up to sales. Yeah. I love, and that's why they say content is king. I love being
Yeah,
able to, because you can sell that forever, you know, as long as that we're doing this. But that speaking of forever, depends on who you ask and who you talk to about how that goes. Because right,
yeah,
you're this lane right now you're in. I see more people trying to jump in this lane, and I want to say this and tip my hat to you. You're the
yeah,
first I've seen in the industry in this lane, because what I'm understanding now is, or one will say the rumors or per se what's going on is there's a shift. So a lot of people are scrambling to see what's next because it's possibly we might not be able to keep putting out content like how the things are going right now, right?
mhm,
So I'm slowly seeing a shift in people I know as sex workers, or even people ain't been here half the time, and they're trying to do podcasts now, or they're trying to do something different. And I'm like, oh, hold the hell on, like,
oh yeah, yeah. I ain't even gonna lie.
you
Every
seen it?
time I'm on my feed, I see a new podcast pop up. I said, "Damn, hey dog!" And I said this before. I know that I'm not crazy. I know I'm being looked at, because a lot of motherfuckers doing what I'm doing. They doing the same type podcast that I'm doing. They doing the same type shit I'm doing in the premium smoke room, where they showing tits and having to shake ass, but they having them go a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah. You the
And,
godfather of this now. I'm gonna tell it like
yeah,
it is. You
no,
started it,
I ain't
and
mad at
anytime
it.
this
It's
come up,
like,
oh no, I'm not mad, but we got to keep it real. You know what I
yeah,
mean? We ain't cutting no corners around here. We ain't saving no face for nobody, brother. You were the first and only one I see taking this lane and consistently making it happen. No different than as years ago. We're putting up content and we're shooting and shooting. You were, bro. You doing an unbelievable job, man. I feel like that they see what you're doing. Cause think about it, brother. You're interviewing a lot of us good people out here. So
yeah,
they're like, oh man, this is the shift. Everybody's talking about what's next.
yeah,
And okay, so we'll say like the stock market, right? Like
yeah.
you knew where what stuff were going before. Like I don't know if you predicted this, if you knew it beforehand.
Oh no, I'm gonna keep 100 with you. The reason why I got into podcasting was because since I was retiring from porn, I need something else to chase. Cause I'm the kind of person I always had multiple hustles. If
Same.
9 to 5, if especially, you know what I'm saying, whether I had a 9 to 5, throwing parties, what have you. I always had multiple ways of, money. So when I looked at podcasts, I said, well, it'd be something I can do. I like talking. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I watched how people did podcasting, but I also looked at where the money was
Right.
at. So if I figure this out, I guess everybody else gonna figure it out. If y'all notice, I always tell you all my links. Guess what's in all my links? My porn shit. I think when I came in, I didn't see where the money was made. Unless you had a great sponsor or something like that was paying you, or you with a network, you ain't seeing money.
Right.
I said, so why not direct the people to where I want them to spend money? And trust me, I did see an increase in sales.
Yeah. Smart hustle.
You know what I'm saying? I was getting sales, but no, it was an increase. So
right.
Now, because we got these laws, the platforms, and all this, you need another way to sell your content and sell yourself. That's why they're doing the podcast. Because the lane, they sitting here seeing Charlamagne get this, Joe Budden get this, or what have you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, now AVN recognizes it. You got 3 of the big awards recognize podcasting. These motherfuckers like, wait a second.
Yeah, he's on to something.
It's like that's why I was like, and what's funny is understand, before me it was, say Tribe Chat. My boy Respect the Blackout. I gotta give him his spot. Jiggy, whether y'all like him or love him, yes, Jiggy's a godfather to this. And then yes, you can throw me in the mix. So it's kind of like and wait a second, and what is it, Nick 69 Whiskey? That podcast is, when I first got on Good Pod, that motherfucker was fighting for me #1 for a minute.
Right.
But no, I saw this coming. I was like, more people gonna go this route.
Right. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
Because I am sorry, and I talk that shit. To all you females want to talk about your OnlyFans. More people hear this podcast than you have subscribers and followers on your OnlyFans.
Talk that shit.
And that goes for any of the podcasts. Why? We are on Apple Podcasts. Now that has video that I found out. So now you can watch video on Apple Podcasts, video on Spotify, YouTube, Good Pods, other pod. There's so many motherfucking pod outlets that got the shit now.
Right.
Yeah, you better jump your ass on a podcast, you dumb fucks. I mean, even to the girl who's on Fresh and Fit, no, and I don't even like Fresh and Fit. They got a red rub for being on Fresh and Fit, a boost with sales. It's a broader audience. Just like you girls want to sit here and say, I don't want to work with no brassers. You dumb as fuck if you say that. You better jump your ass on brassers. Why? International. Because you want to know how I know. Because to keep it 100, and then I'm about to shut this down because I got to go to work in the morning. I'm ranked in other countries.
Woo!
So,
Pop it, got it, brother. I love it. And that's the thing about me. I love it. Like, you inspire me, brother. I'm not finna lie. Like, I believe at the end of the day, I don't care what we get material. Like, you can't have this shit later. You know what I mean? So I'm always looking up here, man. And brother, you've been very inspirational. I like what you're doing. I like the direction you've taken things. Not only that, the time you've taken out for me, I'm so appreciative and grateful. Like I said, you're one of my mentors, my peers in the game. I respect your path, what you've done already, and what you're continuing to do today. Bro, it's an honor.
Thank you. So with that being said, people,
it's an honor, and I mean that, and I genuinely mean that. I would say this if we were just talking on the phone together, brother. Like I really mean that. You do excellent work, brother, and I'm grateful to be on every time I can. Real shit.
Oh, no doubt. And we ain't gonna wait so long to bring him back, people. And
right.
I'm gonna bring him back, man. You're gonna have to pay for it because we're gonna bring them to Savage Smoke, the place where the men have they say in this business. And trust me, we don't sugarcoat shit. I
Not
talk to
no.
the top producers, directors, talent in the business. We give you that real smoke about the business from a male perspective. Plus, also on that side of the fence on Spotify, you know, I had the smoke on it where I talk my shit about some shit that I feel that I need to get off my chest and y'all need to hear, you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff. And also hit that QR code over there to check out the place where the conversation gets saucier. The titties pop out, dildos might pop out. You don't know what pop off unless you subscribe. I'm talking about none other than the Premium Smoke Room on Loyal Fans. 4 wonderful podcasts. Plus, I got special episodes such as Project Content House, where I give you an inside look of a content house, as well as the VIP Smoke Room, which I even open up live on X. And I even got, as he tells you and you hear me talk, I got a Triple X store where you can see my work as I give ladies the work because big dicks growing the sticks. That's why they call me Big Country Daddy. So whether you need that premium smoke, which for the first month, $6.25. $6.25. After that, it's regular cost, but trust me, it's worth it because you ain't going to want to leave. Or you had the smoke on it, you trying to roll up some Savage Smoke, please just subscribe to the smoke. And speaking about subscribing, Mr. Cardio, tell everybody where they can find you and spend money on you.
Man, you can find me on Twitter at CStylesXXX. You can find me on Instagram at Cardio Chris, Cardio_Chris. It doesn't matter. I'll pop up anyway, even if you don't. You can go to Clips for Sale, Chris Cardio, mini vids, Chris Cardio, or C Styles XXX. You can Google me on C Styles XXX or Chris Cardio XXX. I'm gonna pop up. You can find me anywhere and buy all the content.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, smokers, what did you smoke over today? What did you learn? Life is hard being a dick. Y'all know that joke, and I don't need to rehash it. The point is, being a man in this business, we have to work doubly hard than them women.
Yes, we do.
That's part of the reason why we have more longevity than them. We have a more slippery slope that we can fall upon that can kill our career.
Yeah.
And I ain't just talking about being thirsty and you being nasty to the women. No, dude. If you come too fast, if you don't come at all,
facts,
it kill you.
It could be a deal breaker. You could be done.
Yeah. But the main thing of it is that as men, you must understand that if you're coming into this, it ain't about pussy. It's about making money. Because just fucking any chick is not going to make you money.
Not
it's how you look, how it looks, and how exciting and nasty it is. And see, back in the day, it was about finding the new chick. The game has shifted. Now it's about getting the chick that people know.
Mm-hmm. Facts, big facts.
Because as dudes, that's how we make our bones. See, a female can shoot with one guy. That's her legacy. One guy, and she'll pop off. We got to shoot with damn near 10 for you to even know our name.
Ooh, shit, say that again. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's like real. I told y'all in the show, y'all come and see who we fucking. Y'all go to see them fuck. It's a different side of the game for us.
Real shit.
So for the guys that's coming in, and this is specifically for the guys, not the girls, you got to have your mind right. Because you can't just keep tapping homegirl that's just got OnlyFans. Because they already make more money than us. No matter how much they complain. They ain't complain all day. Trust me, they make more money than us.
Yeah, they do.
That's being paid up front to how much they make on their OnlyFans. Because if you go look up the top earners, you do not see a man nowhere in the top damn near 50.
Yeah, no, you won't.
You won't see it. When minivids used to have the shit up, you didn't see a man damn near until you got to about 40. And then you
Yeah.
didn't see another one until you got about 60.
Real shit.
So they're the worst winners because they're always going to win,
Yep.
no matter what. So, ladies, so y'all can understand, it's the reason why they got to put the shit everywhere. Because y'all going to make more money than us no matter what. And we understand that. The key is continuously making that money. That's the reason why, yes, fellas, you got to stop. It's the only reason why I say Janice Hart, because Janice Hart done made a strong enough name that I can mention her.
Thanks.
But the girls of her ilk, aka OnlyFans, is not gonna last long.
Mm-mm.
Because the fans gonna get tired of that. Because even the fans gonna want to see you test your dick against the best. They're not the best.
No, it's not a gauge. It's levels to this shit.
Yeah,
It's levels to it for sure.
yeah. It's just like boxing. They want to see the champ go against the best contenders.
Yeah.
You ain't
It's
gonna
just
pay
like
to see you go against the sixth place boxer.
Yeah. That's why the fans say, "Hey, I want to see such and such. I want to see you work with such and such," because they picturing it. They can see that
Yeah,
matchup.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
real.
real. Shouts out to Yaps, Devontae
Real.
Yaps. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. When he talk about the league, no, he ain't lying. It is a fucking league, nigga.
It's real shit.
All them girls he talking about, he ain't talking about none of them OnlyFans girls. He talking about the top of the game.
Top of the game.
Because if you're tapping them, you're at the top of the game. So in the words of my man Tommy, when you gonna be tired of being at the bottom of the top?
Real shit.
So with that being said, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Say goodbye to him, Mr. Cardio.
Yeah, y'all, man, I appreciate y'all coming in, tapping into this podcast, man. We talked about a lot of good shit, man. I can't wait for this one to come out. Man, thankful to be on. And yeah, like I said, we have to put in the work. We have to get it out the mud. And as a talent, man, you got to come in this thing with a business mindset. You got to stay hydrated, eat your bananas, drink your water, be humble, and have accountability, and pay attention to everything and do it right, you know, and don't no there are no you got to take the stairs. There's no elevators and there's no shortcuts. And if you think that that's what you're gonna do, this is the wrong business, because we don't play with people's lives. We stay tested. We don't we it, being trustworthy and doing things right will take you a long way. It really will. You look into just do whatever and you get in here because you see porn and you think you can just fuck, and it's just gonna translate to that because you want to get in this bed. No. You're gonna what they say, shattered dreams. You're gonna see that this shit is no joke. It's no different than the boxer, bro. Them lights get hot.
Yeah.
Them lights, I'm trying to tell you, you be sweating and wondering, and all of a sudden you feel your shit ain't working, this and that, bro. But you was just a motherfucking man a minute ago, oh, I can do that, or in the comments, oh, I can fuck you better and this and that. Boy, you see this a whole different animal,
Oh
man, when
my
you step into this fucking
God.
sport.
You,
You have a bad day under them bright lights, boy. You be questioning any and
I'm gonna be
everything
in
you
Arizona
believe in.
too. And I'm gonna be in Arizona too. Oh my God!
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure the AC gonna be on before we start shooting.
Yeah, tell me I done got hot.
That bitch gonna
Hey,
be
I need to go
frigid.
drink some water.
Before I do the shoot, it's gonna be frigid. You like, it's cold in here. I'm like, Yeah, I know.
Oh, motherfucker say, hold
I
on,
know.
this
Trust
pill
me,
ain't
go
kicked in,
warm up
backing
fast.
up. Give me 10 minutes and shit. I'll be right back. And then go to the bathroom praying to Jesus. Lord, let my dick get hard before I go
Oh
back
man.
out here and humiliate myself in front of these goddamn people. This shit ain't easy. Get in this motherfucker and do right. Because if you're one of the lucky ones and fortunate, you can really make something out of yourself in this business. Other than that, man, you have to step aside.
So, and with that being said, we done, people. So
Yes,
we
sir.
out.